So it was an extra cup of coffee kind of day after many people in Colorado had to stay up late because of the storms. This will keep you up when you hear that. This was the view in Brush, just east of Fort Morgan. Nickel-sized hail there. Also look at the moment that Steve Glazier caught. This bringing about a tornado warning in Akron. Off in the distance, you see that possible tornado with the clouds showing rotation. Last night, many parts of the eastern plains were under a tornado warning into the wee hours. It did expire at around 3 a.m. It's rare for a storm to go into the overnight hours. Here in Colorado, meteorologist Chris Bianchi joins us now to explain how the wind is connected to all of this. Chris?
Yeah, hey Kim, hey Tom, and it's certainly unusual. It's certainly not unusual for us to be talking about storms for us on the eastern plains this time of year. This is prime severe weather season for us in Colorado. But what is unusual, the fact that there's no sun overhead, that this took place in the middle of the night. Now, we take a look at the maps. We can show you the fact that the southeastern United States often gets nighttime tornadoes and nighttime severe weather. Reason being, they have a lot of access to the Gulf of Mexico, and that just constantly leads to a lot of that severe weather, and that can often lead to that very active weather in that part of the country, and that is where we often see some of that. But as we also take a look here, as we head over the next little while, I've actually got to pull up a different graphic here for a quick second for you. But in this part of the country, this is where we're often used to getting, again, that active weather. So we get that constant pipeline of moisture coming out of the south and out of the east. For us along the Gulf Coast, again, this is the part of the country that often gets that. But what happened last night that kept things a little bit unusual is we had wind shear, a change in wind speed with direction with height. So point being, you got this constant spinning motion at the lower levels of the atmosphere, and we had a ton of wind shear last night. So here's the best way to think about it. You got this, right? Think of this as a thunderstorm. This is a little spinny top, and what that wind shear does, it keeps it going and going and going. And that's what happened last night. We had an unusual amount of that low-level wind shear that kept these storms going well into the night. In fact, we're seeing some of that wind shear taking place across the Midwest right now as well, and that's leading to a very, very active day of severe weather for us in Iowa, as well as north and east into Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Yeah, outside of the time of day, that looks like a blueprint spring day with that wall of weather moving its way across from the Rockies to the plains.
Yeah, exactly. But when we have that much wind shear here, again, that's that change in wind speed with direction and height at the lower levels of the atmosphere. We had a ton of that, an unusual amount of that last night here in Colorado. We can keep those storms going as late as 1, 2, 3 a.m. Again, think about that spinny top. Those storms just keep going and going. It's like a car engine, but you have nothing to really turn it off.
That's how I keep thinking about that spinny top.
Yeah. Let me pull it back out one more time. There you go.
There you go. No, that's a great explainer for us.
You know, he gets paid for doing that?
Yeah, well, he understands it.
By the way, you know what really helps is when I have the right clicker, too.
Oh, okay.
That too. Thanks, Chris.
Well done. Chris, thanks.